Okay, dreamer, please.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So Netmarble released a media showcase for the upcoming game Seven Knights Revolution, which many of us have been waiting for the past 3 to 4 years. This video will give you more insight of everything that has been announced so far. So a brief introduction about Seven Knights Revolution. It takes elements from both Seven Knights 1 and Seven Knights 2, a combination of a collector's card game and an MMORPG. As such, it is touted as a game that surpasses its predecessors by inheriting the strong elements from both past games. It's also Netmarble's 4th game with the title Revolution, with Lineage Revolution, Blade and Sword Revolution, and Marble Future Revolution before this. Visually, the game retains the anime style of Seven Knights 1, but character models have all been upgraded to humanistic proportions like in Seven Knights 2. A special rendering technique was also used to emphasize the expression of textures and light rather than simple generic cartoon rendering. Players will be able to control and customize their own avatars and battle in the form of Seven Knights heroes through hero cards. The game focuses on cooperative play rather than competitive, even though there will be PvP elements included as well. Only one world and one server will be developed for the game to further emphasize and allow for a cooperative-oriented community. So how has the development process been? As Seven Knights is Netmarble's representative game intellectual property IP, a huge ton of work has been put into the game since 2019. Over 100 staff participated in the project, and both Netmarble and Netmarble Nexus have placed considerable investments into this. The CEO of Netmarble Nexus has said that this is a game that has undergone the most internal testing and would hope that players see a polished game at launch. How has Seven Knights Revolution progressed since 2019's showcase? According to the CEO, combat has become far more advanced, and in order to maintain the strength amongst all the Seven Knights series, Seven Knights Revolution has also received a strong story, with even more heroes added since then. Emphasizing on the fact that Seven Knights is Netmarble's core IP, they are proud to say that the game has received a lot of attention from the team. So what exactly is the basis of Seven Knights Revolution's story? It is set in a parallel world whose story is separated from Seven Knights 1 and 2's concept of the Day of Advent. It is a world where the heroes have disappeared and the players begin their journey in a place called Grand Seed, where heirs are created and are able to inherit the powers of the past heroes and train them. Players are a part of the Grand Seed Knights and can transform into various heroes while being the main character in the game. The main story of Seven Knights Revolution is also split into 3 difficulty levels: easy, normal, hard, similar to the style of Seven Knights 1 and 2. What other content is there besides the main story? In addition to the main story, there are other PvE and PvP content such as the Giant Boss, Hero Boss, Rune Adventure, Cadet Duel, and Hero Duel. The Giant Boss content features difficult bosses which can be tackled either in single player mode or 8 multiplayer mode. A suppressor hero will be required to easily take the boss down, but even if you do not have such a hero, cooperation with other players can make this a much easier battle. The Hero Boss mode is where players battle against Seven Knights themselves, and through this mode players can measure how strong their heroes are. Rune Adventure is a dungeon that you can enter with rune coins obtained as story rewards. Various Rune Adventure dungeons exist in different regions in the map, and rune bosses may be spawned over time without notice. Cadet Duel is a PvP mode in which players engage in real-time battles against each other in avatar form, while Hero Duel is a PvP mode in which heroes can transform into heroes for battle. So how can players obtain heroes in this game? Heroes can be obtained via in-game crafting, story quest progression, and gacha. It is reported that the game can be fully enjoyed with just the heroes obtained from within the game itself. Each hero from the Seven Knights universe will have various weapons. One example which we have already seen is Rachel, who uses a rapier in her original card, while another card has her using an anchor and another with a gun. Players have to collect these different cards to utilize the hero with different weapons. At launch, there will be 100 heroes released, 20 of which are original heroes. More original heroes will continue to be added in future updates. One original hero included will be Rani, who was seen having a live concert during the media showcase. Some sources state that she is an NPC, so we will have to wait for further confirmation about this. What is the avatar and hero system about in 7 Knights Revolution? Well, marketed as the Infinite Hero Transformation System, players not only can play in avatar form, but also in hero form. This system allows players to have the freedom of character development as they can utilize various weapons and skills depending on the situation of the battle, instead of being fixed into a class for the entire battle. The avatar themselves are able to swap between various weapons such as the gauntlet, magic gun, spear, and sword and shield. The class of a player is dependent on the selected weapon, and this can be changed flexibly in battle, allowing the player to have a taste of different battle styles. In addition to that, you can use hero cards to supplement your battles. By transforming into a specific hero, you will gain access to that hero's unique skills. A total of 3 hero cards can be set in the deck prior to the battle. Using Rachel as an example again, Rachel will be able to battle close range with her original rapier, but also change it up to use her gun to attack from a distance or utilize the anchor to deal more damage. So both weapon and skill combination will allow players to have an extremely varied experience in battle in 7 Knights Revolution, leading up to more strategic battles ahead. So all that said, what is the battle system like? The battle system consists not only of basic attacks, hero skills, suppression skills, but also combos, trigger systems, and quick time event skills where players have to press a button at the right time in real time to change the tide of the battle. Furthermore, there is an elemental system in the game consisting of 6 different elements: fire, water, wind, earth, light, and darkness. This adds an additional layer of strategy when battling, as additional damage can be dealt against type advantageous enemies. Certain heroes may even deal additional elemental attacks as well. Applying elemental synergy on skills will allow players to experience various damage outcomes in their battle. Not only that, CEO of Netmarble Nexus also says that what sets 7 Knights Revolution apart from other MMORPG competitors is that its battle boasts a combo-style battle system with non-targeting skills, in addition to quick time elements, all during real-time combat. Non-targeting skills in this case refers to skills which are direction-based and area-based rather than simply target-focused, allowing players to have more thrill in combat maneuvering. There is also something called the Nexus, and what is this about? The Nexus adds the concept of private property in 7 Knights Revolution. It is a private sky island unique to each player, and players can engage in various activities with other friends such as hunting, singing, acting, and dancing. Furthermore, players can create private hunting grounds on the Nexus and send airships via customized air routes to these areas to automatically acquire resources. These customized hunting grounds can also be shared and exchanged with other players, tying back to the cooperative nature of the game. Over time, as you develop your Nexus, more functions, stats, and rewards will become available too. It is also mentioned that players can compete with each other for ownership of various air routes as well. So while all these sound great, what is the business model of 7 Knights Revolution? The production team explained that the business model structure will be operated at a reasonable level, and the main payable aspects of the game will include avatar-related growth and hero card summons. Packages will be aimed to shorten the time required for players to reach a high level. However, they also did specify that even without paying, players will be able to enjoy and grow within the game as well, which to me sounds like any other gacha game existing, so we shall wait and see how costly or low cost all these could possibly be. What plans are there post-launch? The minimum frequency of content updates is expected to be once a month, and one new hero will be released monthly on top of costume releases as well. A guild system is also in the works to allow players to have a proper community within the game and also cooperate and grow together with guild members. Netmarble is also planning to introduce a large-scale guild-based battle content in the future. What are the plans for a global release? The team states that they are always ready for a global release, but would like to ensure that things are sorted out in the domestic release first, and once they feel that it is good to go, the impending global release will take place. News articles speculate that based on other examples like the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross and Ni no Kuni Cross World, the global launch of Seven Knights Revolution is expected to take place at least 6 months after the domestic service. Recently, Netmarble seems to be developing its own cryptocurrency of sorts, and there are plans for blockchain systems to be incorporated into the game. While there are no plans to launch play-to-earn systems in the Korea version, as they are not allowed to do so domestically due to law regulations, they are not ruling it out for the global release and will act accordingly based on global gaming trends. Netmarble Nexus is leaving this area of expertise to Netmarble itself to decide. And some final things about Seven Knights Revolution and Netmarble. Well, Netmarble has announced that this year, 2022, they aim to expand their intellectual property, and Seven Knights Revolution is the first key game and step in doing so. During the Q&A session of the media showcase, an issue of potential conflict between Seven Knights IP-based games was also raised with the release of Seven Knights Revolution. However, Netmarble is confident that there will be no major problems in this area. General Manager Kim said, "Every time we introduced a new Seven Knights game, we saw a steady increase in the number of game users, so we believe that while enjoying Seven Knights Revolution, players will enjoy other games in the series as well." So when will it be released again? Seven Knights Revolution will be released as a multi-platform game that can be played on both mobile and PC in Korea on 28th July 2022. All players will receive a 3-star Rachel hero, 50,000 gold, and 5 3-star experience cards at launch. In addition, if you participate in the pre-registration on the official site, you will receive a Grand Seed Pod costume for your avatar. So that's all the information we have about Seven Knights Revolution, and if you found it helpful, do give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more news on Seven Knights Revolution. Big shout out to my channel members Tom, Jeremy, Nick, Fahas Chilling, Gonzalo, Yamaki, Kevin and Harlan for their support. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you so much and see you!